Welcome back to Podcast and Chill. I'm Gwen, here to shower you with wisdom.
And I'm Leo, your daily dose of good vibes and dad jokes.
Leo, have you ever wondered how some people seem to bounce back from setbacks while others crumble?
Yeah, I always figured they were just born with superpowers or something.
What if I told you the ability to overcome any challenge isn't something you're born with, but something you can build?
Wait, for real?
For real. Today we're talking about how to grow that inner toughness. So, when life throws a curveball, you don't just survive, you thrive.
Who doesn't want that, right? Come on, let's get right into it. So what's the first step to building mental strength? Should I get a new haircut or throw on my Superman cape?
Honestly, something way simpler and it won't cost you a dime.
I'm listening.
First, you need to change the way you see challenges.
I mean, if we're being real, I kind of hate challenges.
You're not alone. Most people think challenges are bad, like they're a sign you're doing something wrong.
What a relief.
However, actually, they're opportunities, not red flags,
Opportunities for what exactly?
to work out your brain.
I mean, how?
Think of it like mental weightlifting. Just like hitting the gym builds your body, pushing through tough times builds your mind.
That's a good way to look at it.
Have you ever heard of David Goggins?
If you mean the guy who went from overweight and insecure to Navy SEAL and ultramarathon beast, yes.
That's the one. One of his big quotes is, "Embrace suffering, you have to suffer."
Yikes. Sounds intense. Very gym bro energy.
True, but he's got a point.
What point?
Growth doesn't come from comfort. Just like you gotta struggle at the gym to get stronger, your mind grows when life gets hard.
So if we avoid challenges, we're basically skipping leg day for our brain.
That's right. No challenge, no growth.
That's such a harsh truth to hear, I guess.
Yeah, just face them head on and your mental muscles get stronger every time.
Fine, I'll try to hit the mental gym more often.
Oh, what are you gonna do?
Nothing. Big at first. Probably waking up earlier? I mean, no more losing the daily battle with my bed.
That's great. But before you go full Rocky mode, there are 3 things you need to stop doing right now if you actually want to build mental strength.
Uh-oh. What are they?
To get that dream mindset, you gotta quit complaining, chasing comfort, and making excuses.
Hold up. Are you talking about me?
If the shoe fits, buddy.
But complaining feels so good.
Do you really think so?
Like, why fix a problem when I can just blame my alarm clock?
Yeah, except complaining just drains your energy and keeps you stuck.
Seriously?
Seriously, it's like running on a treadmill. You're moving, but going nowhere.
Ugh, fine. So what do I do instead of whining?
You have 2 choices. Fix it or accept it and move on.
Ugh, it's so hard.
Is it? Maybe you should try a 24-hour no complaint challenge to break the habit.
That actually sounds harder than cold turkey on caffeine.
You'll survive.
Okay. But what's wrong with seeking comfort? I love comfort.
We all do. But growth only happens when you're uncomfortable. Comfort zones are mental quicksand.
So, you're saying I should look for discomfort on purpose?
Yep, discomfort is where progress lives. Lean into it.
This is starting to sound like boot camp.
And now for the last one. Stop making excuses.
Yeah, I feel that. Excuses are like mental handcuffs.
Lovely analogy, Leo.
You think they're helping, but they're just holding you back.
What else can I say? You nailed it.
So now that we know what not to do, can we talk about what we should be doing?
Training your mentality.
No, Gwen. I mean, like real habits I can actually try?
Well, there are a few daily habits that help build mental strength.
Cool. I'm all ears.
But fair warning, you might not like the first one.
Just hit me.
So, the first thing you can do is taking cold showers.
What? No. Why? Because the last time I checked, we aren't penguins.
I know. But hear me out. Cold showers boost resilience, improve circulation, and strengthen discipline.
I'm a warm bath kind of guy. You're trying to turn me into an ice cube.
Just 30 seconds to start. Ease into it. You'll feel like a superhero afterward, promise.
Fine, but I'm not sure I'll be happy about it.
That's okay. Growth isn't supposed to be cozy.
I know that, but do you happen to have anything less intense?
Sure, regular exercise.
Oh, that's more like it.
But here's the key. You must push past the point where you want to stop. That's where the mental gains kick in.
So, increase the intensity?
Correct. Train your body, and your mind comes along for the ride.
All right, Gwen, I get it. You're into the tough love method. But do you have anything gentler? Something that won't make me cry?
Of course, meditation and mindfulness.
Ah, yes, the Zen stuff. I've heard it's great for focus and not punching people in traffic.
Pretty much. It helps you control your mind instead of letting your mind control you.
How long do I need to meditate? Don't say an hour.
Start with just 5 minutes a day. Build it up to 15 or 20 as you go.
That sounds doable. Anything else?
Do something hard every single day.
That sounds like a trap. Why?
It builds willpower. Doing a hard thing every day trains your brain like a muscle.
What kind of hard things are we talking about?
It doesn't have to be huge. Even waking up early counts.
I think I can get started with waking up early then.
Now that we've got some mental muscles flexing, let's talk about handling emotions.
Yes, please. I totally lose it under pressure.
Exactly when this stuff matters most.
So, what do we have on the table?
The first rule is when emotions hit hard, stop. Count to 5, then take a deep breath.
Why?
Because deep breaths activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which helps calm you down.
No, I mean, why do we have to stop and count?
It gives you a little pause, a gap between whatever triggered you and how you respond.
And that actually helps?
Big time. It gives your brain a second to catch up so you don't do or say something you'll regret.
Makes sense. But in the moment, that pause feels impossible.
I get it. That's why we need to train ourselves to respond, not react.
But isn't snapping back technically a response?
Nope, not at all. That's a reaction. Fast, emotional, automatic, like a reflex.
And a response is,
Intentional, thoughtful, based on your values, not just your feelings.
got it. So, how do I actually respond instead of just exploding?
Besides counting and breathing, try to observe without judging.
Okay, you lost me.
When you're angry, don't be the anger. Don't say, I'm angry. Say, I'm feeling angry. Subtle difference, huge impact.
So I'm separating myself from the emotion?
Right. You're noticing it without becoming it. That gives you clarity.
Easier said than done. How do you stay calm when everything around you is falling apart?
Leo, remember that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond.
How can I train myself to respond properly under pressure, though?
Expose yourself to controlled pressure.
Does something like that even exist?
Why not? Like doing sport, tennis, basketball, football, or baseball. Basically, anything competitive.
Finally, something I actually like.
Glad to hear that?
But what about when I'm just overwhelmed by everything?
Focus on what you can control.
What do you mean?
Think of 2 circles, your worry circle and your influence circle. Shrink the worry one. Pour all your energy into the stuff you can actually do something about.
Then what?
Take action. Don't sit in the mess.
What do I do then? Dance?
Silly. Move through it.
So, no whining or asking, why me?
Exactly. Ask, what now? Not why me. That's how you take your power back.
That's a lot to take in, Gwen.
Growth is a lot. But every obstacle's a shot at getting stronger.
I seriously admire your mindset. What made you this way?
You might roll your eyes, but honestly, discipline, that's it.
So you don't believe in motivation?
Nope. Motivation's a mood. Discipline sticks, even when you don't feel like it.
Oh yeah, right. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays.
Exactly. Like, don't wait to feel like working out. Just schedule it, say 6 a.m. 5 days a week, and make it non-negotiable.
That's intense, but I can see how that works.
Also, ditch the obsession with goals.
Wait, what? Aren't goals the whole point?
They're inspiring, sure, but goals don't build discipline. Systems do.
Okay, but what if I still fail?
You will fail. We all do. But it's not about never failing. It's about how you bounce back.
So how do we handle it when we mess up?
Think of failure as feedback. Each mistake teaches you something.
So failure's not the enemy?
Nope. The only real failure is quitting.
Still, failing sucks.
Of course it does. That's why you gotta train your bounce back muscle.
What's the secret?
After every setback, pause, review what went wrong, learn from it, adjust, and then keep moving.
This is sounding like emotional CrossFit.
Kinda is. But look at the greats.
Hit me with some inspo.
Michael Jordan got cut from his high school team. Edison failed thousands of times before the light bulb. J.K. Rowling rejected a dozen times before Harry Potter made it.
Dang, even the legends took some L's before they won.
I know, right? Every failure is just a stepping stone. Keep walking.
Well, I'm not trying to be Superman or anything. Let's keep this mental training realistic. What can I actually gain if my mindset's rock solid?
A ton. For starters, mental strength will take you far in your career.
How so?
Well, rejection and failure are part of the game. But if you see them as lessons instead of roadblocks and actually ask for feedback, you'll get better at what you're doing faster.
Yeah, feedback can sting, but I get it. It's a game changer if you take it the right way.
And don't be scared to stretch yourself. Take on challenges outside your comfort zone or job description, because that's where growth happens.
What about in relationships, though?
Oh, mental strength is huge there. It helps you stay cool during tough talks. You stop reacting and start responding. Less drama, more solutions.
For real, fighting fire with fire never ends well.
Totally.
And for our health?
It's sticking to your goals, even when progress feels slow. The gym, eating right, sleep. It's all about staying consistent.
So it's all about patience and keeping at it, huh?
Yep. And making self-care non-negotiable, even when life gets messy.
That's honestly solid. Simple but not easy.
I know, but with that mindset, you're built to handle whatever life throws your way.
Whew, that was a lot to take in. All this talk about mental strength makes me realize we should probably break down a few key words.
Totally. Let's take it step by step and explain each word clearly.
Cool. Let's kick things off with the word resilience.
Resilience means the ability to bounce back from tough times.
For example, after losing her job, she showed resilience by finding a new one quickly.
Next word, discipline.
Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even if you don't feel like it.
Example, waking up early to work out every day takes real discipline.
Let's move on to comfort zone.
Comfort zone is the space where everything feels safe and easy, but no growth happens.
For example, she left her comfort zone to give a speech, and it changed her life.
Next up, reaction.
Reaction is your fast emotional response to something.
Like this. He yelled back in anger without thinking. That was just a reaction.
Last one, response.
Response is when you think first, then act calmly and with intention.
Example, instead of shouting, she took a breath and gave a calm response.
Awesome. Now that we know these words, let's see how well we understood the topic. Okay, Leo, here's one for you. What are 3 things we should stop doing to build mental strength?
Let me see. Stop complaining, chasing comfort, and making excuses. Right?
Bingo. And now my turn. Leo, hit me with a question.
All right, Gwen. Why do we talk about cold showers in this episode?
Because they train your brain to handle discomfort and build discipline. Not fun, but powerful.
Exactly. Now it's your turn, folks.
What's one hard thing you can do today to grow your mental strength? Tell us in the comments.
And remember, it can be as simple as waking up 15 minutes earlier or going for a run.
We're cheering for you.
Guys, it's time to wrap things up.
Just remember that mental strength can take you far in every part of life.
And even though building it takes lots of time and effort, it's worth it.
Every time you pick discipline over comfort or bounce back after a setback, you're building that unbreakable mindset.
Yeah, it's not about never falling. It's about always getting back up, no matter what.
Right? Mental strength doesn't mean you're fearless. It means you act even when you're scared.
So, what challenge are you taking on today? Drop it in the comments. We want to hear from you.
Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you next time.
And in the meantime, keep going, don't stop, and stay strong, both physically and mentally.